Yes, Andrew. I do think that the London plan is very keen on street-based, already supports street-based developments, as I know you do, and I do, and I undertook to give you some examples of recent schemes that we've seen in our planning system at City Hall that support those street-based developments. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at them yet. I mean, some of them are truly wonderful, I think, and I certainly share your conviction that where you can do street-based developments with front doors open to the street, you should, but it is just an illusion to think you can do it everywhere.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have received those examples of street-based developments. However, that did not include a list of those developments that weren't street-based.
Well, you didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
I did.
But
did you?
That was offline from the last meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At the last meeting, I specifically asked you for a review of the London plan to ensure that it encourages street-based development. And my question to you, and to which you replied yes, and my question to you is, when will this review start?
Well, as I said, we think that the London plan gives plenty of encouragement to this kind of developments that you and I and Nicholas Boyd-Smith of Create Streets and others want to see. We had an interesting discussion last time about the role of the DDA and the role of and why the need for lift shafts is having I think a perverse effect, because you cannot now under building regs you cannot build a dwelling in London of more than 3 stories without a lift. So that means that it is very difficult to go back to the kind of terraced, quite high terrace housing that you see, that it gets very good densities and provides wonderful accommodation in so much of central London. Because if you go only to say 5 or 6 stories, or you are legally obliged to install a lift core, which puts a considerable extra expense on the development, and generally speaking, that is only going to be recouped by going up to 10 stories or 14 stories or whatever. So there is something worth thinking about there. Could we vary that? Could we contemplate having dwellings of 4, 5, 6 stories without lifts? That is something that I know will be very controversial and very difficult.
I welcome that description of the challenges, Mr. Mayor, but my question was very, very specific, and that is, when will this review start?
Well, there isn't. Well,
because I said to you, and this is logged by the Assembly, would you support a review of the London plan to see what gets in the way of providing street-based development?
Right, okay, well, I can answer the question.
And your reply to that was yes.
Yes, okay,
Did you in fact mean to say no?
What it means is, yes, there has been such a review. It took place between the time you last asked the question and now, and the review has concluded that, that the London plan does provide sufficient.
Can I see can I see how that review took place, who you took evidence from?
Oh, I see. You mean that kind of review? Let's
repeat that again, Mr. Mayor. Would you support a review of the London plan to see what gets in the way of providing street-based?
I think there is a.
You answered yes.
Right.
That's been logged by the Assembly, and you're now telling me that the review's been done, but nobody knew it happened.
Well, I knew it happened in the sense that I decided to consult my officials about whether the London plan provided the kind of street-based developments that we all want to see. They assured me that it did provide such encouragement. They provided plenty of examples of such street-based developments going up across the city. I've been able to show you those developments, show you loads of examples of those developments. If you want us to have further alterations to the London plan,
Mr. Mayor, it's ever so simple. If there was a review, I want to see who was consulted and what the nature of that review was. If there was no review, I want to know why there was no review, when your commitment at this last meeting was most definitely that there should be a review. I don't want to fall out with you on this.
No, I don't want to fall out with you. What I meant by a review is we would have a look at it. And we did have a look at it, and we decided we reviewed it. We reviewed it very briefly, in an expeditious and cost-effective way, without calling counsel, without the need for an inquiry, without the tedium of an inquiry. We conducted a speedy, what I think is called a desktop review. It was a desktop review. But since what you seem to want, let's be absolutely clear, what you want is a all-seeing, all-dancing inquiry into the London plan and whether it provides the encouragement that you seek for street-based developments. I will see what we can do. I mean, we've been doing the further alterations to the London plan only recently. Did you attend any of those sessions?
We were represented by, I think, Nicky Gavron at those reviews.
I know, but you could have gone to that, for instance, where we had an examination in public and raise these. But I will look at the modality. I will see what is actually involved in having the kind of review that you described.
Can I just say on this issue, this is a big issue in London of what London's going to look like in the future. And may I say, your instincts are absolutely right, but your excuses seem to be those from your officials.
Well, no, I've given you lots of examples. You should stick them up. I mean, I've given you lots of examples of schemes where we have street-based schemes going ahead, and traditional street layouts with rear gardens. They've all been considered by me in the last 6 months or so. In Stanmore car park, all street-based layouts. Terraced houses of 2 or 3 stories.
Can I just say,
Cat Hill campus in Cockfosters.
Yeah. In closing,
Business Park.
In closing, therefore, Mr. Mayor, I don't want to take up too much more time.
Barnet and Southgate College, 74 houses. St Anne's Hospital, Haringey, 224 houses.
I think a test of that, Mr. Mayor, will be the results of the deliberations on Mount Pleasant. We'll see what comes out of that, and then perhaps we'll revisit it after a decision is made. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.